right, hello everybody and welcome back. This is a very exciting one for me. I just got back from Costco. I actually went to two different Costco's, rifling through their bulb shelving, and I got a good assortment of bulbs. And this is my second year growing bulbs, and I'm going to show you the variety that I got. I got some narcissus, some daffodils, and some tulips. And there are other ones that are beautiful and wonderful, but I have plenty of in the garden, like the giant alliums and the snowdrops that weren't available this year. But I'm just going to take you through what I was able to get. And if your Costco has any of the other mentioned varieties, I highly recommend that you go and check it out because, oh my gosh, they are. So the thing about bulbs, so let's start with the paper whites. This is, there are 20 narcissus paper whites in here. All of these packs are $15.99 each. It has gone up from last year, but these paper whites actually, they started to emerge from the ground in January, maybe mid-January for us, early this year. And they came out and they were so beautiful. They were the first sign of spring, and they were a sight for, tired winter eyes. I mean, they just brought so much joy to my heart to be able to see them and see that life is coming and that spring is returning. So I highly recommend these. And these are also often used as gifts. And people actually force these in the wintertime for indoor decor. They're wonderful Christmas gifts. They make great decorations for the inside around the holidays. And I actually use them like a daffodil, like a bulb planted outside. We live in a warmer zone. Zone 9 is able to do this. I know that they don't like freeze or frost, so you can always dig them up, or just, they're very inexpensive. Just treat them like an annual. Put them in the ground, and then once they do their bloom, consider it good. They did their job. You got your value out of it. If you live in a warmer zone, they should come back for you every year. And I highly recommend these. These were the first things to emerge, and they personally brought so much joy to my heart. And the second daffodil that I got is the Dutch Master. And I actually did I did a few packs of them last year in the front garden, and this pack is actually for the back garden because the back garden needs some love as well this year. These are beautiful. They actually came after my tulips, so these are a little bit later. They come like later, I want to say mostly in April for us here, whereas the tulips started in March and went into April. There was some overlapping, but oh my gosh, these are so cheery. They are so bright. They are just a little burst of sunshine. I normally don't like yellow in the garden, which is why I've been hesitant to do daffodils. But honestly, by the time early spring rolls around, you're kind of grateful for any bloom, and any bloom is wonderful. And so these really help lengthen the amount of time that you can enjoy your garden, enjoy the outdoors. Bulbs completely extend your bloom time, and so worth it. There's 50 of these Dutch Masters for $15.99, and these perennialize. So these actually come back faithfully year after year after year. So they're a one-time investment. Doesn't matter what zone you live in. You can enjoy your daffodils. You can put them in the ground, and then every year they will just come back to say hello. So that's another one that I got. We have one thing that I was looking for that I got last year, and actually found this a few months ago on the clearance. It must have been left from the holidays or their bulb selection last year. It may be a waste. I know you got to get your bulbs in the ground, the few months after you get them. But I'm hoping for some viability because these are giant snowdrops, and 15 of them, I got them on sale for $10. I think they're a great deal. And I used these in the woodland garden early this spring, and they actually were very early to arrive. So they started coming up in March for us here in Northern California. And I planted them around the base of the oak tree in the backyard and around the bases of the redwoods. And I just want more to put everywhere. They are so beautiful. They get to nearly 2 feet tall, so they're actually more substantial than any other snowdrop, which I love. I love snowdrops, but I haven't really gotten very into them. These are the really only ones that I've kind of dabbled in, and they are so cute. I don't know if you can see this, and I'll put up a picture, but they have like little green dots around. They have like little drooping heads. They have little green dots around the petals, and they literally look like little fairy hats. Like a fairy could come in, put a cute little hat on. I love these and I want more of them. And if Costco doesn't have them, I think I'm going to have to find a place online that I can order them from because, oh, they are so beautiful in mass plantings around the base of trees or, you know, any way you want to use them. You can put them in pots. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Oh, I got this one I'm so excited about. And so this year is a little bit different. I don't think that they actually put blooms early to mid-spring. I got this 50 tulips I got Big Love, White Emperor. I love this mix. I love the pinks and the whites. I think that that's going to be absolutely beautiful. And I got this one. This one is a Van Eyck mix, and I'm probably butchering it. So one is a Van Eyck and the other one is a Mystic Van Eyck. So those are two very similar pinky purple bulbs, and there's just going to be a slight variation between the two. And I think that just the gentle contrast is going to be so beautiful. I haven't quite figured out where I'm going to be putting all of these. But that's a problem to figure out in November. And then these tulips are a sunset mix. And I just love this. Like, I just think the little pops of yellow in here. And I think it will play lovely off of the daffodils and the pinks and the reds, and a little bit more of the warm is going to make us remember what warm weather actually feels like. I think it's going to be so wonderful. And this one, I was so bummed there was only one. This is probably my favorite mix. This blooms in mid-spring. This is the Blushing Pink mix. And I actually might have to stock out some other Costco's or even our own Costco to see if there's any more in the back or that they missed, because the peachy, I'm so into like the peachy champagne tones of this and how it deepens into like nice rich berry tones. It is just, I'm very much looking forward to this. This is going to be, I have high expectations. And then I also have this mix. This is a Delight mix. And oh my gosh, it has variations from like a deeper berry red to like a nice light blushing pink. Oh, it's just going to be spectacular. All right, let's go on to this one. This one I actually planted last year, and it was so pretty. And actually, okay, so funny story. This last year was the first year that I did tulips, and I was kind of hesitant because everyone says they don't perennialize, they don't come back. But the year before, I actually got like a little pack of 10 of just some white tulips from the garden center, and it was way too late. I didn't have time to put them in the fridge or cool them off, so they didn't get their crisping period. And lo and behold, they actually came out in the spring looking tall and beautiful. To me, they were perfect. I couldn't see how they could improve in any way. So I was actually excited to try tulips and just try it and see. And actually, they were such a hit. My kids really loved the tulips. My husband really loved the tulips. Yeah, even my big burly sheriff neighbor was like, hey, nice tulips. So everyone really enjoyed them. And it was funny because we actually would see people in our yard and kind of creep up in the garden and like sit in front of the tulips and take photos. And I really don't mind that at all. I'm like, I love sharing the beauty, and the kids would ride their bikes by and tell me that they love the flowers. And it was just such a wonderful, I feel like doing these tulips is such a gift for everyone around to enjoy. Like, you plant some tulips and put them in a visible spot and they're everybody's view. And I just think they really just reward it. They are worth the cost and the effort. And I'm actually going to try, I left all of my tulips in the ground this last year because I'm genuinely just curious how they come back and what the quality is and what they look like. Because my white ones that returned this last year, they were absolutely beautiful, and just like the year before. I don't remember what variety they were. I wasn't really paying attention. I just saw a pack of 10 and just grabbed it and threw them in the ground. So I could have just gotten lucky with that variety, but we will see this coming year. I have these that are going in the ground, and then I also have ones from last year. So, and I don't mind maybe shorter tulips, or maybe, a tulip is a tulip, and a bloom in the spring is a bloom in the spring. And that is something to, rejoice about. And this, I haven't ever purchased ranunculus from Costco before. I have done ranunculus many times. I love ranunculus. In fact, I ordered some fancy ranunculus this year from Fleur Farms. And I think I ordered the amidine, some amidine mixes, and I may be saying that wrong. I may have to correct it. And they haven't arrived yet, but I'll get them started in the fall. But these ones just look so sweet and so romantic, and I love ranunculus. Ranunculus are a great flower. They are a really early bloomer, so in the springtime, when your garden is just kind of waking up, like these are often the first things with the tulips and the daffodils that start coming along. So I think it's really worth investing in because it's going to push back when you can start enjoying your growing season even further. So can't wait to see how these do. And it looks like it's a mix of like a deeper red, a pink, and then a white. So I'm excited about these. And 90 of them for $15.99. I mean, even if it's a bust, it's not really, worth the risk, I'd say. And the next thing I really want to show you guys, I'm so excited. I have glowed up my seed starting station, and it's about time. It was literally find spider webs on it, and the lights have, so why did I do this? First of all, that thing could have kept going for me. The shelving unit is solid. It was just something I bought $40-50 off of Amazon a few years ago, and it would have kept going for me. And it's still very sturdy, but it's just a little small. And doing the larger soil blocks, I just felt really restrained for space last year. And then I started making spaces where I would hang lights under shelving around the place during the fall time. And it was just annoying to have to collect and monitor and water all of them, which it's doable, and I could have kept doing it. But I noticed this year, this spring when I was doing all of my warm season annuals, that my stuff was just looking a little leggy. Leggier. I don't really feel like my seedlings were leggy before, but they definitely were getting leggy. And when I started my fall seedlings this year, like the foxgloves and the snapdragons, everything was kind of growing up towards where the light was hung, which tells me that those outer limits of the tray where the seedlings aren't getting enough light if they are like leaning in like that. So, and those bulbs have been going and going for years. I could have figured out how to replace the bulbs, but I kind of thought maybe this is a time that we just upgrade the whole system. And I'll actually link everything that I used below, but I'm going to take you in. I'm so excited. It is such a good glow up for me. I can start so many trays. Okay, let's go. This thing is so grand and so lovely. I feel like a professional grower. I feel like I could start a lot of seeds with this. I look at all of this space for the trays. I am so beyond thrilled. I'll share the lights that I got and this new shelving unit. I mean, it's just, look at it compared to this. And even comparing the lights, major difference with the value of the lights alone. So I think that it's a major difference with the lights alone. So I think that this is definitely going to fix my leggy plant problem. And I think I can start a lot more things. So I'm so excited about this. This is like Christmas has come early for me today. I hope that you guys have had a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.